afternoon. It's Monday, June 9th, the day after the planting fiasco. I didn't really set an alarm this morning because I assumed it was going to be raining when I woke up. But as you can see, sun is shining and the dust is flying. We were able to get another 13 bags to wrap this up here. That'll be the end of planting 2025 for the spring. I can't believe how bad last night ended up going. It was first 50 acres went smooth sailing, but it's the way it goes sometimes. Customer actually said if things want to go wrong, they'll go wrong, and that's just the way it is. So, doing our last full pass up the field, and we got a little wedge at the end to fill in, and we'll head on home. So, all that time I spent worrying about that oil leak last night. Brought 2 pails of oil up here this morning, checked the dipstick, and it was just below the add. I know I had filled it a little overfull yesterday because it was on the blow deck, and the blow deck had a small leak. And I figured, oh, well, I'm putting oil in it anyway, I'll put a little extra in. All that time I spent trying to MacGyver hydraulic hoses to make this thing work, and then the hoses blew apart anyway. I should have just kept on planting. I still wouldn't have finished, but I would have got a few more hours of sleep, not buggering around like that. You don't know what you don't know. I could have checked the stick a few times, but you got to shut the tractor off to do that, and it's never really accurate when it's warm anyway. But it's a beautiful day. Chris is cutting the last job of first cut. I'm assuming it'll be going in a bag tomorrow or Wednesday. And yeah, then the harvester's done for a bit, planters are done. There's a pile of spraying to do yet, but we should be back to short weeks, 40 or 50 hour weeks, so I can live with that. The RTK really has been doing a exceptional job keeping me on the row. I guess I am hauling most of the old ones out, so I don't know. It's definitely not a full stand, so I get why we're doing it. The guy that dropped the seed off this morning said that we're one of about 8 people that are replanting. He actually said that he's running really low on seed, so it might not turn out too bad, actually. I bet I'm killing 90% of the whole plant, so yeah. It's crazy though, like you combine, there's a lot of loss when you combine these because the pods are basically on the ground, some of them. And the volunteer Azukis that come up the next year are just insane. And they survive frost. They survive the winter. I don't get why these guys couldn't pull through, but oh well. We're doing it right this time. Alright, this is the last wedge of planting for the spring. When you're going this direction into the sun, you can really row the existing beans, but
It is what it is.
I have the section control off. We're just gonna let the plant empty. They planted the bags perfectly for what the seed number, the seeds per pound, and what the bags I put in to the acres I planted. So I have no idea why it. I'm thinking it didn't overplant. I'm thinking maybe some tags on some totes got mixed up or something. That seed last night was the same seed size as the stuff I planted the first go around, but you could physically see that it was much bigger, healthier seeds this time. There was a lot of shriveled up seeds last time. 1,000 seeds per pound over 6,000 pounds is my 20% that I was out last night. So is it wrong? Is it right? I don't know. We'll never know. For sure, I'm calibrating this thing just to make sure. It was starting to plant heavy in soybeans, so maybe it did plant heavy in these as well. I don't know. Regardless, that was the last class. We are done. We are done planting. We're starting to run out, but I'm just going to stitch across some of these hilltops. It's probably not the best spot for them, but if we get lots of rain, there'll be lots of plants to suck up the. Somewhere so they're not sitting in a pail in my shop for the next 4 years. Okay, got that done. Oh, come on. Okay. I tell you, I'll stop my oil leak at the back. Dump the oil bag for the air, or the air bag. Guess I might as well dump the tote. Well, oh, I think we got it pretty good. Good stuff. I used to be really picky about emptying every seed out through the winter, but I see there's a lot of people that don't bother doing it, so. I see there's a lot of people that leave their planters half full over the winter, so. I don't know, we always have issues with mice getting in, but I guess they get in no matter what. Alright, I am sitting on a hill to help that wing come in, and hopefully it doesn't break. And even if it does break, at least I'm on the hill to help it. So. Oh, it just broke already. Look at that. This could be a fun one. This could be a fun one. Shoot. Shoot. You're coming home with me, planter. So let's suck that cylinder all the way in. I guess I'm supposed to be going forwards. And the only thing that's really pulling it in right now is that bar on the tongue. I gotta watch and make sure that it comes up over. Oh yeah. Haha. Look at that. Now this will be where the other one breaks. It ain't right, and I don't know if I'm going to unfold it to wash it now, which sucks. That might be a winter problem. We might just wash it the best we can. And, I can use the foot, yeah. I might weld it up one more time. But she's folded up, and I am good to head down the road. It's a pretty successful plant season. That kind of feels like breaking your leg 2 feet before the finish line last night there. Jeez. We used to have a lot of those kind of issues with our old planter, our old 1790s, and that's kind of why we traded off. The case planter's been pretty good. It's showing some wear, obviously, but yeah. We're definitely going through this one with a fine-tune comb in the winter. We're going through both of them. They pretty much got nothing this spring, this winter, maintenance-wise. So we got a lot last year. I don't know if we can skip. Yeah. I was gonna say I don't know if we can skip a winter, but we need to be able to skip a winter because we don't do enough acres to justify rebuilding every year. At least in my mind. Yeah, we're gonna head her home.
Nothing even fell out. Looky there.
It's gonna be a good day. It is the next day. Got back to the yard last night and the guys were all in a grain bin, so I went and helped them with that. We'll weld this up quick and then stuff it away in the shed. Wasn't much weld from the factory, but we'll get that cleaned up and weld the end back on. Hopefully it's square, should hold all back together, and then we can wash this up. Maybe should have anti-seized it.
Huh?
But maybe should have anti-seized it. I guess it hasn't seized in the 50.
Yeah.
Hopefully we never have to do this again. Okay, we got that all welded up in and it folds up fine. So we don't got to worry about that issue anymore. Get it unfolded over by the pressure washer. We've got a meeting this afternoon, but the guys can carry on washing it and hopefully get oil sprayed on hook today. Yeah, feels good to be done planting. I don't think the footage is going to be very good in here. We're doing cash cropper things today.
Yeah.
Sure, everybody has to put a leash on their sweep. We took the chain off of that so it wasn't jamming itself into the corn all the time, because the sweep is geared way too fast for the unload. We take that off and we pry it ahead, and then he's got to pull it back as the corn avalanches, and we got Junior out there watching the switch, and Pull, buddy, pull! Yeah! We're out of the cars! What are you doing? It's been a pain in the butt ever since we built it. It's the only one that we really have issues with. We're actually just emptying this one into a different one that works properly so that this is done and over with. Well, we got time, so yeah.
That was a fearful day.
What'd you do?
I don't know. Things got out of hand so fast.
Yeah. If only the bin would do this itself.
Right?
Yeah.
If ifs and nuts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
What'd you say?
If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, I know you don't.
I bet you eat a banana for the shape, eh?
I don't like bananas. They taste gross.
Yep, this is a good time. I think we're a heavy third, if not nearing half. But... No, the door's over there. Quarter would be like here.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. Plus it'll go real quick once we get to over there. What time do we even start? 2:30? 3 o'clock?
2:30. Probably 2:45.
It'd be like 4. It's 4:15 now, yeah. Very wet right now and we're inside the bin.
Oh yeah, you can feel it right here. Like right here, you can feel it.
Oh, look at it. It's all over the floor. What the heck? What the heck?
Oh my.
It must really be pouring. We're getting wet inside the bin. What? Through the bed. Yeah. Not a bad job if you just don't think about it.
Yeah, if you don't look at it, it's not bad.
No. Like if you imagine you're doing something else, it's not a bad job.
What?
Man. We put a hole in our bin. I think when the downspout or the truck spout got ripped off for the 17th time. It appears that there's a...
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Is there a hole the second thing up too?
Might be.
Oh.
Kind of looks like it.
Who's gonna climb up there and fix that though?
No goat. If God wanted me to fly, I would have wings.
Yeah. I'll be the guy on the outside of the bin because I can probably stand on the platform. But somebody's got to hold the nut. Don't know if we're doing haylage tomorrow. That's a fun job. That's a fun job. Yeah, the plan was to do the bag at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, but unless he missed this, I don't think we're doing the bag at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Well, we're going to call that a day. The place that we're supposed to chop for the bag tomorrow only got a light shower, so hopefully it still goes tomorrow afternoon. Original plan was I was going to run the merger and then I could maybe fly the drone for the harvester for a little bit, but see how that all goes. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.